Hello. It's been a while, and a lot of things has happened. It's been 2 weeks. I don't know. It's been good. It's been 2 weeks since I came back from my trip. So I went on this like crazy trip. Could call it a sabbatical. I don't know, but it was. I went to 6 different countries. I went to Poland, Wrocław in Poland, and then I went to um, Prague in Czech, and then I went to Slovakia. I went to Bratislava in Slovakia. Then I went to Zagreb in Croatia. Then I went to Ljubljana in Slovenia, and then Venice in Italy. I was in Vienna for a night. But I've been to Vienna before, so I was just walking around. It was really nice. But yeah, it was amazing. Like the trip was amazing. I'll post another video on like small snippets of videos that I took. I'm not that great in like vlogging things, but yeah, it was really nice. But I really needed the trip, so that sort of like goes on to some of the other stuff I want to talk about. But yeah, it was really nice. I guess I was feeling very lost right before the trip, and that's what made me want to do the trip. But surprisingly enough, it was like I was supposed to figure myself out during the trip, but the day before the trip, I sort of had this epiphany come about me, and I think I sort of figured things out before the trip. But then during the trip, I had a lot of time to think, reflect, and it was really nice. I did meet a lot of people. I wasn't like just alone all the time. I did meet a lot of people along the way, and it was nice to, I met some people from Canada, met some people from Turkey, from Portugal, and like they had so many wild stories as well. Australia did so many wild stories, and it was really nice, it just felt cool, in your 20s, exploring different cities, meeting different people. I really got into history as well. Like I'm from Singapore, and in Singapore, we don't really, unless you take history as a subject, like later on, you don't really get to learn much about European history. Like I know a bit on Asian history, at least Singapore, Southeast Asian history, but not really on European history and things like that. And I went on a lot of like free tours for the cities, and I had really amazing tour guides. I remember in Zagreb, I had like an amazing tour guide, and she got me so interested in European history. So I ended up like, watching so many videos on European history, and like, getting more interested in the arts. Is so weird, but like I got really interested in like different musical periods. Like, you've got the classics, romantics, and so on. Like I haven't really had much time to go back to look into that. But then like different art styles as well, um, and and like different architectural styles as well. And it was just like really cool. And like I think I've gotten a better appreciation for it, I guess, like the arts in general. Yeah, and I got really into reading as well. Finally finished this book I've been reading for a long time now. I'm not a big reader, but I had a lot of time by myself, and it was really good. I didn't realize that reading is actually pretty cool, in a sense that I don't really read like non-fiction. I read a lot of fiction, and it's just by random authors like that I like. And what's cool is that, like, a lot of the times people tell you to read, and it's always non-fiction books, but I really can't be asked to read non-fiction. I know it's helpful in some cases, but fictional books are also really helpful. It's strange because like a lot of the times I can relate to the characters, and I feel like there's also a deeper connection. Like when you watch a movie, there's always this like filter between you and the character going through whatever. But then in the books, it feels like you are the character, especially since like it's talking from a first person perspective. A lot of the times you feel like you relate to the character more, and some of the things that they go through, it it the what do you call it? Like the separation is just enough for you to critique and understand the character, and like, maybe you see parallels between you and the character, and it's really nice because you get to experience it, but at the same time you get to critique it from that wall of separation that allows you to learn a lot from it. So even though you don't experience like whatever the character's going through, like you can sort of relate and learn from a lot of what they're going through, and it was really interesting to get that perspective. And yeah, I had a lot of fun finishing my book. The book that I read was, I have it right here, The Wind Up Bird Chronicles by Murakami. But yeah, and now I'm reading this other book, The Castle by Franz Kafka. The main characters pretty much has my name, K. Dot. My name starts with K. Dot as well, so it was really interesting. I haven't gotten that far to it yet because I've been doing a lot more other stuff, but yeah. So that's the general life update in terms of what I've been up to and stuff. And yeah, I think so far I've been having I've become more positive, and I've had a lot of time. Like I said, I had a lot of time to reflect, and I realized a couple of things. And yeah, I think I'm at a point where I'm restarting life. I know it sounds a bit dramatic, but it's more so like adapting to new scenarios and understanding, trying to build towards a life that I want, sort of thing. And I think that's something that we all have to do. You can't be stagnant, and life's constantly changing, so you need to adapt to it. And I think that goes on. So there's a couple of different points that I want to talk about. And like always, this video is just a reminder for myself if I ever get lost again. But if anyone else finds it helpful, that's great as well. But I think the first sort of piece of advice that I kept hearing was, being more okay, less adverse to uncertainties in life. I think that's something that I struggled with a lot. Like I always needed to be very certain of what's going to happen in terms of the future. And that caused me to have a lot of, what you call it? Like there's like eustress and de-stress. Eustress, I think it's the good kind of stress, and de-stress, the bad kind of stress. So it stressed me out quite a bit because I had to be certain. I had to make sure everything was planned out to minute details. And yeah, it was a lot of unnecessary stress, I feel. And yeah, these are some of the thoughts that I've had. And I think one of the ways, so that's the first point. So one of the ways I realize in terms of how to approach that. So if you fear a lot of the future, there's sort of like different ways to approach it. I mean, the first way is what humans have been doing for the longest of time, which is believing in a higher power of faith that, you've got a plan, and God has a plan for you, and everything that's going through in your life, it's meant for you, meant to bring you somewhere. And like usually it's a positive thing. And but obviously in the current day and age, with a lot more people not really believing in a higher power or God or anything, the second sort of method becomes much more useful, I guess. The second method is realizing that, well, you might die tomorrow. I know it sounds a bit morbid, but it really sort of puts into perspective on like stupid worries you might have for the future. I know I keep worrying about things which are going to happen in like 5 years time or 10 years time, but truth of the matter is I might, like not even just me, just anyone might die the next day, and that's just life. Some of the things is outside of your control, so there's no point in like worrying about things that are so far ahead. Now with everything in life, you gotta have a bit of like you gotta take it with a pinch of salt, kind of thing. Obviously with that mentality, some people might be like, oh well, if that's the case, then nothing matters. Well, that's not really true as well. And yeah, and obviously the last one is having the hippie mentality. I don't know if you've seen it, but like I feel like everyone's at least knows someone of that one person who's like so fine with uncertainty, and they just thrive, and they just always, like, no matter what, like even if like the worst thing happens to them, they always are like, oh, I'll figure it out. I'll they always seem to have a positive sort of mindset that things will just go their way. And it's very hard to have the third sort of option, unless it's really a personality trait. So if you don't have it, then it's very hard. But what I've sort of personally used and what's been helping me is, firstly, obviously believing in a higher power and hoping that, like, things go your way, but also having that thing when, like, having the second option where you never know what's going to happen tomorrow, so don't worry so much about the future. Just enjoy the present as is. Work hard, and enjoy the present for what it is. Yeah. And I think that sort of moves on to my next perspective, or like the sort of thing that's that I was thinking of in my trip, is because when I feel like I'm so everywhere, but like when I went on my trip, I always think, like, for solo travel, and I'm not talking about solo travel where you meet other people, and that's not really solo travel. When I say solo travel, I mean, like, you're not talking to anyone, it's just you in different places. I feel like there's 4 different stages. The first stage is the uncomfortability. I think, especially for me, being slightly more extroverted, I really enjoy talking and meeting people. So when I sort of cut that off and be all alone by myself, I feel very uncomfortable. At least I did feel very uncomfortable, and I was scared. For all my life, I've always been surrounded by people. So, like, I've always had someone to talk to and things like that. And I've never really been. I mean, I have moments where I'm independent, but there's always a safety, or like a net that always catches, like, whether my family or friends and things like that. So so when I was alone, like, I think the first thing was the uncomfortability, and then the second stage is when you start thinking, because you get a lot of time by yourself, and you start to think about the past, all your regrets, things you could have done better, and then you also think about the future, of the fears of the future and things like that. And we already talked about, like, how you can sort of handle the future, and I think and so that's how I went about, like, trying to stop thinking about that. And then for the past, I guess you just gotta let it go, because there's nothing you can do about it in the present moment, and things have already happened. Like I said, if you believe in a higher power, you could always also I feel like it's shifting, but not really shifting blame, but, like, you could always point it up to it's what needed to happen to make you make you come to where you need to be, if that makes sense. So yeah, and like any failures and things that didn't work out your way, you just have to understand that it's redirection to where you need to go. And I think when you have that, you can sort of slowly let go of the past. Yeah, and that's the second stage, when you start thinking about the past and the future. The third stage is when you come to terms with it, which is what I sort of did. When you come to terms with it and you can fully just be in the moment and enjoy whatever you're doing. And I think that's something important as well. That's something I'm starting to, not only for the trip, but like understand in life in general, which is like, I feel like a lot of the times oh shit, a lot of the times at least I've done this, where I'm like, instead of just enjoying the present, I always think like it's just a thing that I have to go through to get to the future. And because of that, I end up not appreciating the moment, and I just keep going to the future. Like, I just keep spending the years or days, weeks, and it ends up becoming years, where like you just want to move forward, but then you will eventually and like it always happens, because when I was younger, I wanted to be like this age, and then now I'm thinking I want to move 10 years forward and be in that age. But what I've come to realize is that, yeah, you're always gonna imagine the future to be better than what it is, and you always want to get there. And so like you don't appreciate the moment that you have right now. So I've come to realize that. And so instead of trying to reach the destination, it's more about enjoying the journey. Like, yeah, that's pretty much what I want to get at. It's more so enjoying the journey. And I think yeah, like you might not have you might not have everything that you want, and you might be working towards some goal. That's great, but enjoy what you have right now. Be grateful for the experiences, the people, and everything else, everything that's going well in your life. And no matter how bad it is, there are always things that you can point out to and say, actually, I have it better than a lot of other people. And being grateful really helps you be happier, if that makes sense. Like, for example, if you're having a shit day, but then you're like, yes, I've had a shit day, but like I have great friends and I can look forward to going out with them, or I have a comfy bed that I can sleep on, or I'm gonna have a good ass meal in the morning tomorrow. Like, there's a lot of small things that you can sort of say that when you start becoming more grateful for it, you realize no matter how shit life is, it's actually like it how shit life may seem. It's not actually how it may seem. There's actually a lot of positives that you can focus on. And when you start doing that, you realize, hey, life's not too bad. And yeah. And then obviously, so that's the third stage. And and you start to slowly enjoy the moment. And I think the last stage is just fully immersing in the moment. Like, I was able to just take it all in and just enjoy it as is. And I think that's what I'm trying to apply to in my current life as well. Just take it all in and enjoy it. Enjoy the process. I think everything I said like can be summarized into like 3 words. But yeah, enjoy the process, Stop trying to aim. Like, it's good to aim for a future that you want, but stop trying to discard what you're going through right now and enjoy it right now. And then when you reach the goal, enjoy that as well, and then keep going on, but enjoy each moment as you get it. Because if you don't enjoy it, then you're gonna reach a point in your life where like you've just moved on and on and on and on, and you've had nothing to really hold dear to. Like, every stage was just looking forward, and you couldn't look around at that moment and enjoy it. And so yeah, that's what I've grown to appreciate. And yeah, and these things have really helped me in terms of my mental framework and how to view life, and it's been really good. And with all of this being said, I was also able to enjoy just being by myself. That was always a fear that I had, was when you're so used to, especially as a bit of an extrovert, where you're used to like enjoying the company of others, now being by myself, I was scared that like I wasn't able to enjoy it. But then I realized actually I can enjoy it. Like, there were a lot of quiet moments in my journey through Europe where like I just spent hours just sitting at a random park and like reading, or sometimes I even napped at random ass places. I really felt like a adventurer, like a traveler. But yeah, it was really nice. And yeah, when you're comfortable and happy just by yourself, you're able to enjoy life better, I'd say. Yeah. And I think I feel like this is such a, like, for someone who's like an introvert, where like being alone is like their comfort zone. This might seem like stupid as hell, but like for me, it was something that I really had to come to accept and like enjoy, and it's a big thing for me. So yay me. What else? And so yeah, and so I was able to build that like clarity of mind. And so the next thing I wanted to tackle was my body. And in terms of my body, I've been training a lot more right now. I've been hitting the gyms 5 times, and like I've been really watching my diet, and like, and okay, I know a lot of people like throw a lot of hate, not hate, but like they're like, oh, this guy, he's just trying to, like, trying to look good, aesthetics, or like whatever, like trying to bodybuild and stuff like that, and they throw a lot of like it's very like overplayed, I guess, and people are like, whatever. But it's given me a lot of freedom, and I feel like it's given me also like a thing to focus on, like a North Star, if you may. Like, you know, I feel like in life, I don't know whether, I feel like, yeah, I mean, it might be good advice, but like, it's always good to have a thing that is outside the control of others. So you should always have a North Star that you have full control over, whether it be like you know, for me it's exercise, going to the gym. It could be something else, like something you really enjoy that you want to do, or it could be meditation. Yeah, there's a lot of different things, but I think having that North Star, having that thing where regardless of rain or shine or good or bad days, you just turn up and you do that, and it really grounds you. And it obviously, I'm a big fan of discipline, so like I mean, it got drilled into me in the army, and it's something that I thrive in. And so having that discipline and having that like routine, I guess, has definitely improved my overall like yeah, well-being, I'd say. Yeah, yeah, you could say that. And also, I've been watching what I eat as well. I have cut out a lot of junk food that I used to eat, and I've been just eating much more like vegetables. I've been on this smoothie. Oh man, I've had these smoothies that are so good. So it's like a cup of spinach, an apple, a banana, and like if I come back from the gym and I make it, I add a bit of creatine as well, a bit of water, mix it up. Oh, it's so good. And you feel so healthy as well, you know. Like I just finished spinach, which is like green vegetables and like some fruits, and I feel absolutely amazing. And yeah, like with cutting out all these junk food, I was able to also buy more fruits, and I've just been eating way more fruits than I ever did in my life, I think. Like in my fridge, just like apples, bananas, grapes, kiwis, um, strawberries. I had blueberries last week. I have mangoes. Like I've got all the fruits, man, and it's so good. I've been counting my calories as well, so like it's been good because like I don't like. I feel like it's allowed me to be more flexible with what I eat and not be um like I know I'm hitting a specific target, and I don't feel very bloated as well. Like I'm not eating more than I need to, and I just feel amazing. So quick, obviously I want to make this such that, I mean, I believe in myself, to be fair. Like I have the discipline to ensure that this continues on for the rest of my life. But like if I ever forget all of this, this is a reminder that you should do this, and it does really help overall. So yeah. So yeah, if anyone's struggling with sort of like they want to rebuild themselves, I think that's one thing to do. It's like have that North Star that you can focus on, that doesn't rely on anyone else, but just relies on yourself, and like, you know, use that as your foundation to build yourself. So that's the advice, I guess. And I've just rambled on for like 23 minutes, but yeah, that's what I have. That's an update and some advice and some things that I've thought about and I had. So in conclusion, there's no point thinking about the past. There's no point thinking about the future. Just enjoy the moment as is. And while enjoying it, do your best. And if things don't go your way, if you fail, or if you reject it, or whatever it might be, know that it is redirection towards where you need to go. So don't feel bad. Just keep giving your best, keep trying, and keep moving forward one day at a time. Enjoy every second of it, because once it's gone, it's gone. You're never gonna get it back. So yeah, enjoy it. I don't know how to end these things. Yeah. So just enjoy every moment. All right.